Hi, my name is Nicole. Today I'm looking at starting a savings account in order to put away money for a down payment on a house. I need to have $80,000 saved up for my down payment in 5 years, and I want to put away an equal amount of money at the end of every year. My local bank will offer me an interest rate of 5% on my savings, but I need to find out how much I actually need to put away at the end of every year to reach my goal of $80,000. This can be seen as an ordinary annuity with annual compounding, and I'm going to solve this today both manually and using Excel. So to begin solving this problem manually, I'm going to begin by laying out all of the information that I already know. I've drawn a timeline here, and it's got 5 years on here for the 5 years that I will be saving. I also know that my bank will offer me 5% interest on my savings, so I'm going to indicate that on the timeline as well. I need the future value of all of my savings to add up to $80,000. And I know that I will be making 5 payments, one at the end of every year. But I still don't know how much these payments need to be. When I'm looking at the payment amounts, I will need to take into consideration the 5% interest that I'll be earning on my savings. The payment, or rather the savings that I deposit in year 5, will not accrue any interest because I'll be putting them in at the end of the 5th year and then taking them out right away. However, the amount of money that I put away at the end of the 4th year is going to be compounded once, and it's going to give me a future value from the deposit made in year 4. The deposit that I make in the 3rd year is going to be compounded twice and give me a future value from year 3. The deposit that I make at the end of year 2 is going to be compounded 3 times to give me a future value from year 2. And the amount that I deposit at the end of the 1st year is going to be compounded 4 times to give me a future value from year 1. So I will need the sum of all of these future values to give me $80,000 at the end. And I'm going to be solving for the payments to find out how much money I need to put in the account at the end of every year. Now that we've drawn the timeline, we can start using the equation to solve for our payment amounts. The equation that I have here shows that future value equals the payment multiplied by a term that's called the annuity compound factor. The annuity compound factor does the periodic compounding of the payments all at once and accounts for that 5% interest that I'll be earning from the bank. So what we can do is rearrange the formula here so that we can solve for the payment amounts using all of the values that we already know. So if I go ahead and rearrange this formula, it's going to be the future value divided by the annuity compounding factor. With that rearranged formula, we can enter the values that we know. So I know that I need to have a future value of $80,000 at the end of 5 years. I also know that I can earn an interest rate of 5% from the bank. My N shows the number of payments that I want to make. Since I'll be making 1 payment per year for 5 years, I'll be making 5 payments. And then I can go in and fill in the rest of the formula. If I solve that formula using the values I entered, I'm going to get a value of $14,477.98, and that shows how much each payment will have to be in order for me to save $80,000 at the end of 5 years. Now I'm going to solve this problem using Excel. I'm going to begin by entering all of the values that I know. I know that my interest rate is going to be 5%. That's the interest I'm earning from the bank. I also know that the number of payments I'm going to be making is 5. This is denoted in Excel as N per, and this is the same as the N character in the equation that we just used to solve the problem manually. I also know that I need to have a future value of $80,000 at the end of my 5-year saving period. Now I can solve for the payments amount using the PMT formula. And so I'm going to put the rate in here of 5%. The number of payments that I'm going to make is 5. The present value is 0 because I have not yet started saving money for this. But the future value is $80,000 because I want to have $80,000 saved at the end of 5 years. The type is going to be 0, and that shows that I'll be making the payments at the end of each period. When I solve that, I obtain the same result as when I solved the problem manually. I need to save $14,477.98 each year for 5 years in order to hit my goal of $80,000. In Excel, the payment value is showing up as a negative number. This is a convention that shows that the payments will be a cash outflow. It will be money going out of my pockets and into my savings account.